I'm back. Back for a second for a couple things. First off, the flavor did actually change already. That earthiness really cut back a lot, like all of a sudden. And now it's smooth. It still has like mostly an earthy thing going on, but it's more subtle, and I can taste some leather in there, which is really nice. I don't have a lot of cigars that have that leather, you know, note or flavor, and it is a nice little change of pace for me. But it's really good. It's just the one thing that kind of stands out. It's super smooth. It's a very smooth smoke, and plenty of smoke as well. So I'm actually going to read you this little Recluse Cigar Company, basically the write-up of what they say about this cigar. Might find it interesting, might not. Who knows? You can always fast forward if you don't. So, let that sit for a second. And let's see what they have to say. Now keep in mind, they're selling this cigar, so of course it's going to sound like the best thing in the world. So, Recluse OTG, the first release. The Recluse OTG cigar is comprised of the absolute finest of everything, from the seed that is sown to the blend of the tobacco leaves that make up its masterpiece, or this masterpiece, to the painstaking fermentation under the watchful eye of Maestro J.R. Dominguez in the Lanadas Cubans factory. Of course, I'll butcher most of the names here, but you know, it is what it is. Each cigar goes through a Club Med for cigars, if you will. Each leaf is hand-selected from the finest tobacco leaves to the harvest, from the flavorful and smooth Brazilian Maduro wrapper and select binder to the specifically selected Dominican leaf variations in the filler. These cigars are what we believe to be the finest in the world. Each and every leaf in this Recluse OTG goes through 8 fermentation cycles. Why? Because JR will not settle for mediocrity. Every Recluse OTG is rolled in the old Cuban tradition of tubing, which is taking each filler leaf and rolling it into a tube instead of folding it. Once all the filler leaves are each individually rolled into the tube shape, they are brought together and surrounded with the binder. This is time-consuming, but creates an effortless draw, which I do agree. Tubed filler is easy to draw on for that exact reason. There's tons of. Imagine if you grouped a bunch of straws together, as opposed to folding paper. It's a good visual. This is time-consuming, but creates an effortless draw and unparalleled smoking experience. This font is very small. We then box press each cigar to compress the leaf and reduce airspace. This spotlights the flavor of the blend and creates a slower burn while delivering an exceptional draw. I don't necessarily think this is like a super slow burn, but anyway. The Recluse OTG line is offered in 10 box press sizes. 10 sizes and shapes, 3 of the 10 sizes have never been produced anywhere in the world. They're known as the Canu. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Maybe? Canayu? I don't know. A special box press perfecto that captures the real essence of the cigar. We invented them, and they're amazing. We invented them, and they're awesome. So, anyway, yeah. This cigar, let me take a puff on this. Because, wow, it sounds good, doesn't it? It actually is really, really good. Of course, if you go to any cigar company's website, they're going to sell their cigars. That's what they do. Anyway, it's interesting, though. This comes in a bunch of different sizes. So there's a Petite Corona, a 4x42. There's a regular Corona, 5 3/4 by 46. A Robusto, 5 by 52. There's a Toro, which I believe this is, the 6 1/4 by 50. Bellicoso, 6 1/2 by 56. A Tarantula, which is round, 6 by 60. Lancero, which is also a round, 7 by 38. Exceptionales, 7 1/2 by 56. And the Canu number 1, 2, and 3. So it's a 6 by 54, 7 by 52, and an 8 by 58. Wow. That's a big cigar. It's fatty. Sidewinder 1, 2, and 3. So it's a 5 by 57, or a 6 by 57, or a 7 by 57. Wow. That's big. An 8 by 58 is a pretty hefty smoke. So yeah, that's that. That's what this comes in. Storm's kind of passing. I lucked out on the hail. A lot of hail warnings for the area, but hopefully, it didn't hit my exact, house. Who knows? Could be down the street. It's just one of those weird things. There was hail I want to say 3 weeks ago. Horrible, horrible hail, like 2 miles from here, and I drove through it, which was horrific, but it just stopped. There was just a wall. It's just done. It's kind of like when you're down in Florida. I don't live in Florida. If you guys are watching from there, you know all about this, but it could be like raining across the street and you're fine and dry and in the sun. Just one of those things. So even though it's hailing in an area, it's a very specific path, and sometimes I luck out, sometimes I don't. I mean, there's tons of trees around here, which is nice because it cushions the hail. It slows it down a little bit, but like how my driveway is, it's open. So like if it's coming straight down, there's no wind. I don't get any kind of cushioning on the cars, and I hate to have some hail damage. Not much you can do about that. Although I think you guys can probably correct me on this, but I think they make something like some kind of a car cover with cushion for people who live in areas that constantly get hail. But I don't know if I want to invest in something like that. I don't know. Has nothing to do with this cigar. So I'm going to stop talking about it. Yeah, that's all. Sun's kind of coming out a little bit again. Storm, like I said, it's moving on. It's moving pretty fast. It came, oh, there was some lightning. Thunder? It's lingering. But I think the brunt of it's pretty much over. It's a nice quick little storm, just kind of cooled it off a little bit. In about an hour, it'll probably be extremely humid again. But I think I timed everything just right to come out here and have a cigar with you guys. So, I'm loving it. The burn naturally is getting a little wonky here. Could be because I'm puffing on it kind of fast. But, you know, still burning. I'm not going to touch it up or anything. We'll see how that goes. But you see where I am. I'll be back. Just wanted to read that little tidbit to you. So I was reading anyway. Might as well read it out loud. I'll be back. I'll come back when I hit the band. But I can tell you right now, it's still that, like, you know, predominant earth in the background, but a nice little leather thing going on up front. Also the sweetness. I told you before it was kind of sweet. That dropped off completely. There's no sweetness anymore whatsoever. But I'm also noticing a little bit more of a drier finish too. Drier smoke. So it's, you know what I like about the cigar a lot? The transitions. I love a cigar that have a bunch of different experiences going on at once. There's nothing wrong with having a regular cigar, you know, something that's consistent. It has one flavor, you light it, it tastes exactly the same since the second you light it until you're about to put it out. But I love a cigar that changes, and like, you know, that's just the coolest thing to me. You know, is not expecting how it's changing. It's like you're smoking a couple different cigars all in one experience. So that's what I like. Even if, and also if there's a specific type of flavor and you're not really that into it, and you know it might change again, that's cool too. You know, it's not like you're not enjoying the cigar, you're just kind of waiting for that next transition. So I do love a cigar that has complexity and like a lot of things going on at once, and this seems to have that. So I'm liking it. Very nice. So I'll get back to you guys when I get down to the band. Also, time check, 4:35. So only 35 minutes in. I don't think this will be much more than like an hour smoke, but we'll see. See you guys in a while. Quick update. I'm almost at the bands, so I'm actually going to take the bands off. I don't like getting too close, because I try to slide them off. Time check here, 4:54. So we're almost at an hour. The beginning I smoked a little bit faster. I kind of calmed down a little bit as I was enjoying the storm and looking at my phone and stuff. But anyway, I'm just going to try to slide these off. I'm actually going to... Nope, that's not going anywhere. The ash is pretty firm on this. If I slide this way, it might catch the corner of this wrapper. So I'm going to try to be quick here. That didn't work out, did it? There we go. It's one band. Yeah, one's a little bit stiffer. There's two. Alright. Gotta go grab that and fell on the ground. I'm back. Okay. So both bands are off. So now that I've done my water, I'm going to show you a quick little science experiment. This is cool for kids. They're easily impressed. Once your water is done, there's always a little bit of water left, little droplets or whatever. And if you take a bottle, make sure the top is sealed. So you twist it right in the center, just like this. Alright, so there's two sections here. You squeeze the bottom one and let go of the top, just like that. You create clouds. Looks like smoke, but with the pressure drop, you're turning that water that's in there into water vapor, which is impressive if you're a little kid, or maybe if you're an adult. But when there's like a storm going on and you're sitting around, there's nothing to do, and you got some kids or some adults, just an interesting little thing to show. It's a good experiment. I remember way back in high school, one of my science teachers showed us that, and I thought it was pretty cool. So I use that. I use that at parties and stuff when kids are bored. I'll show them that, and then what do? They all grab their own bottle and they try to do it themselves. So it keeps them busy. But yeah, kind of a random thing there for you. So now the band is off. Flavor hasn't changed since I last described it. It's still that a little bit of leather, whole lot of earth, super smooth, still dry smoke, but there's a lot of flavor. Like, it's a real oily tobacco leaf. I mean, at least maybe the filler, but it's like it lingers on your palate a long time. Like when you take your puff, and even if you set your cigar down, you taste that. It's in your mouth for a while, which is good. It just means it's very flavorful. Getting hot. Getting way too hot, so I'm calling it there. I actually smoked this a little bit longer than I would normally smoke a cigar, because I really was enjoying it. And actually, even though it's getting too hot, the flavor's not really blown out. A lot of times when you get down to that base of the cigar, all that, the tar and stuff builds up and it starts tasting a little bit bitter. It tastes more like an ashtray smells, but I don't really get that with this. It's just physically getting hot in my lips, and I'm not enjoying it anymore. So that is it. Time check. 5:08. So about an hour, let's say. I kind of think that I started smoking this a little bit fast, and like I said, once I started, playing on my phone a little bit, looking at the news, the weather, all that kind of stuff, I tend to smoke a little bit slower. So overall, I love it. I love the way it looks. I love all the different flavor transitions. In the beginning, we had a little bit of a spice. I mean, throughout the entire cigar, it's earth. That's the best way I would describe this. If you like an earthy flavor in a cigar, totally you. But in the beginning, we had that noticeable sweetness that was coming forth, and some black pepper spice sensation. Not the flavor, but the spiciness of it. The spice and the black pepper cut off completely. Towards the middle, we had like leather, and that kind of stayed on almost towards the end. At the very end, it started tasting like super dark chocolate. Not sweet at all, but like if you guys are into dark chocolate and you've had like 80-85% dark, that kind of a thing. No bitterness, but just that really just totally unsweet dark chocolate flavor, also mixed in with that earth. So overall, huge thumbs up. I really liked it. I mean, you guys know that when I smoke cigars, I try to smoke different cigars. Every time I smoke, ideally I'd have something brand new, just to try it. I love the journey. I love trying all these different cigars. But if I had to have like, a top 20 cigars that I would buy all the time, this would be in that list. It's a really good cigar. It's interesting to find that it comes in so many, different sizes too. Whatever your preference is as far as a style of a cigar, whether you like a box press or a round one, a short smoke or a long smoke. But yeah, totally worth trying. This is my first cigar from this company as well, so I'd be interested in trying more in the future. But I loved it. It was really, really good. And it's kind of strange. I'm looking at the viewfinder here, and it's light out again. It looks like I was smoking all night long because it got super dark during the storm. But yeah, A+. I loved it. It was a great cigar. So if you've had this one before, let me know down in the comments what you thought of it. My experience was very good. I liked it. If you have any other cigars from this particular company that you've really enjoyed, let me know what they were and what flavor experiences you got out of it. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you have a great day. See you soon. Take care.